The ancient Stoics were masters of understanding human behavior. They believed that actions reveal the true intentions behind words. When a woman is deeply drawn to you, she can't help but exhibit certain behaviors, subtle yet undeniable signs of her genuine interest. Stay tuned as we uncover these key actions that show when a woman is truly into you, based on timeless psychological insights. Watch till the end, like, subscribe, and share your experiences in the comments. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Marking her territory publicly. When a woman truly wants you, she'll subtly signal to others that you hold a special place in her life. These signals aren't loud or overt. They're communicated through small but consistent gestures that make her intentions unmistakable. For example, she might instinctively stay close to you in social settings, rest her hand on your arm during a conversation, or ensure you're always paired together in group activities. These seemingly casual actions are often intentional, designed to quietly but firmly place you in the center of her attention. These behaviors serve a dual purpose. First, they demonstrate her comfort and growing affection toward you. The physical proximity and casual touches are her way of expressing that she feels safe and connected when she's near you. Second, these actions send a quiet yet clear message to others. This man is important to me, so back off. It's not a declaration of ownership, but a subtle assertion of her feelings, an indication that she values her connection with you and wants to ensure others recognize it too. The Stoics believed in observing actions over relying solely on words, a principle that aligns perfectly with this kind of behavior. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Similarly, when it comes to understanding her intentions, waste no time overthinking or seeking verbal affirmations if her actions speak volumes. If she's making deliberate efforts to mark her territory, it's a strong indication that she's emotionally invested and sees you as someone worth holding on to. What's more, these gestures often extend beyond the physical. She might mention you fondly to mutual friends, highlight shared experiences, or subtly insert your name into conversations to establish a sense of connection. In doing so, she's weaving you into the fabric of her life, showing that you're not just a fleeting interest, but someone she genuinely values. These subtle claims are also a reflection of her desire to protect what she holds dear. By signaling her interest in public, she's ensuring that others respect the bond you're forming. It's not possessiveness, it's intention wrapped in affection. There's a distinct difference between being controlling and demonstrating care, and her actions fall firmly into the latter category. She's not trying to isolate you, instead, she's working to create a sense of belonging and exclusivity between the two of you. Furthermore, these gestures highlight her confidence and emotional maturity. It takes a certain level of self-assurance to make her feelings known, even in subtle ways. She's not relying on games or ambiguity to capture your attention. Instead, she's showing you, through her actions, that she's willing to invest in you. This level of openness and effort reflects her genuine interest and her belief in the potential of the connection you share. In many ways, these behaviors also reveal her long-term intentions. By openly aligning herself with you, she's expressing a readiness to integrate you into her world. She's not merely testing the waters, she's planting seeds of a deeper bond. Her gestures are an invitation to step closer, to see her intentions clearly, and to understand that she values your presence in her life. Pay attention to these moments. Whether it's the way she gravitates toward you in a crowded room, the casual but deliberate touches, or the consistent efforts to keep you close, these actions are meaningful. They're her way of saying, without words, that you matter to her and that she's willing to put in the effort to show it. Ultimately, when a woman marks her territory, she's doing more than just signaling her interest. She's laying the foundation for something more substantial. Her actions are a testament to her affection, her confidence, and her willingness to nurture a connection she values deeply. Recognizing and appreciating these gestures not only affirms her efforts, but also strengthens the bond you're building together. Chapter 2. Changing her appearance based on your preferences. One of the most telling signs a woman is deeply interested in you is when she begins making thoughtful adjustments to her appearance that align with your preferences. It's not about superficial vanity. These changes stem from a desire to make an impression that resonates with you specifically. If you once complimented her in a particular color, you might notice her incorporating it more frequently into her wardrobe. Perhaps she experiments with a hairstyle you casually mentioned you liked, or adopts a subtle change in her makeup that mirrors your tastes. These aren't mere coincidences, they're intentional gestures aimed at catching your attention. Women who genuinely care often possess an acute sense of observation and memory. They don't just hear your words, they act on them. If you mention liking a particular fragrance, there's a good chance she'll wear it the next time you're together. If you express admiration for a particular fashion style, don't be surprised if she begins incorporating elements of it into her own. These efforts aren't random, they signify her desire to align herself with your tastes and to subtly communicate her growing feelings. The Stoics, known for their emphasis on self-awareness and intentionality, provide a profound lens through which to view such behavior. Seneca's wisdom reminds us, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. In the context of her changes, this insight becomes even more poignant. Her adjustments are not about craving validation from everyone around her, they are about seeking connection and significance with you. She's demonstrating that your opinion holds weight, that your words linger in her mind, and that she values your perspective more than she might openly admit. These changes reflect not only her attentiveness, but also her confidence. To alter one's appearance, even slightly, based on another's preferences is a bold move. It signals her willingness to step outside her comfort zone and put in effort to be someone you admire and desire. It's a way of saying, without words, that she's not afraid to stand out in your eyes. Moreover, these subtle transformations often carry an undercurrent of vulnerability. By aligning herself with your preferences, she's quietly revealing that your opinion matters deeply to her, even if she doesn't openly articulate it. This vulnerability, paired with the confidence to act on it, showcases a level of emotional maturity and intention. It's not about blindly changing who she is, it's about emphasizing aspects of herself that she believes you'll cherish. Beyond physical changes, there's an emotional dimension to these gestures. By listening intently to your preferences and acting on them, she's demonstrating her emotional investment. She's saying, I see you, I hear you, and I care enough to show it. In a world where gestures can often feel fleeting or insincere, this level of intentionality is rare and meaningful. Ultimately, when a woman adjusts her appearance in ways that align with your preferences, it's an expression of both affection and effort. She's not trying to be someone she's not, rather, she's choosing to highlight the facets of herself she knows will resonate with you. It's a delicate balance of authenticity and intention, one that speaks volumes about her feelings. Pay attention to these shifts, not just for what they reveal about her, but also as a reminder of the unique connection you're building. Her willingness to adapt and adjust shows she values your presence and sees you as someone worth impressing. In a world full of fleeting interactions, these changes are a testament to her interest, effort, and emotional depth. Chapter 3. Excessive praise in public settings. When a woman is genuinely captivated by you, her admiration often manifests in public. She goes beyond private compliments and makes a deliberate effort to highlight your strengths in group settings. Whether it's enthusiastically applauding your professional achievements, admiring your sense of humor, or celebrating your unique talents, she ensures that everyone around knows just how much she values you. Her praise is more than an attempt to boost your ego, it's a strategic and heartfelt act. By publicly acknowledging your qualities, she's aligning herself with you and signaling to others that she sees your worth. This isn't just about putting you on a pedestal, It's her way of showing pride in your association and making her feelings known. Imagine you're out with friends and she takes a moment to point out how hardworking you are, how much she admires your creativity, or how supportive you've been to those around you. These gestures aren't random, they're deliberate. She's not just speaking to you, she's speaking to the room. She's creating a narrative about you that highlights your positive traits, subtly positioning herself as someone who truly recognizes and cherishes them. Her admiration often stands out because it feels genuine and specific. Instead of vague compliments, she focuses on the little details that others might overlook. For instance, she might bring up how impressed she is with the way you handled a recent challenge at work, or how deeply she values your ability to remain calm under pressure. These observations demonstrate that she's not only paying attention, but also internalizing what makes you unique. Public praise serves multiple purposes. It's a form of validation, showing you that she sees and appreciates your efforts. It's also a way of reinforcing her own admiration for you by vocalizing it. But most importantly, it's a statement to the world she's proud to be associated with you. This behavior isn't about flattery for flattery's sake, it's rooted in her genuine excitement about who you are and what you represent. From a Stoic perspective, public recognition aligns with the value of authenticity. Epictetus wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Her admiration of you isn't superficial or based on fleeting traits, it stems from genuinely valuing the person you are. Her praise reflects her understanding of your deeper qualities, your character, your virtues, and your unique contributions to the world. This kind of public admiration also sets her apart from others. While casual acquaintances might offer polite compliments, her praise is more intentional. She's not doing it to gain attention for herself or to curry favor, she's doing it because she wants others to see you the way she does. By openly celebrating your qualities, she's not just expressing her feelings, she's staking her claim. Her public praise also creates a ripple effect. When others hear her speak so highly of you, it often leads them to see you in a more positive light as well. It's a subtle but powerful way of enhancing your social standing. And while she may not do it with this intention, it's clear that she takes pride in being associated with someone she genuinely admires. This behavior is often paired with actions that reinforce her words. For instance, she might support your ideas in a group discussion, encourage you to share your thoughts, or redirect attention to you when you've achieved something noteworthy. Her goal is to amplify your voice and make sure you're seen and appreciated for the person you are. Her public praise can also be a sign of her emotional investment in you. By consistently highlighting your strengths in front of others, she's reinforcing the idea that you're important to her. It's her way of saying, "This person matters to me, and I want everyone to know it." This level of admiration and pride is a clear indicator of her deep feelings for you. At the same time, her praise is often balanced and thoughtful. It doesn't come across as exaggerated or insincere. Instead, it feels natural, as if she can't help but share how much she admires you. This authenticity is what makes her compliments so impactful. They're not just words, they're an extension of her true emotions. In situations where she's around people she values, her friends, family, or colleagues, her public admiration becomes even more significant. By praising you in front of these individuals, she's not only showing how much she values you, but also integrating you into her world. It's her way of saying, "This is someone important to me, and I want you to see why." Ultimately, her excessive praise in public settings is a reflection of her excitement about being with you. She's proud of who you are and wants others to recognize the qualities that make you special. Her words aren't just compliments, they're affirmations of her feelings and a testament to her admiration for you. In a world where actions often speak louder than words, her consistent efforts to uplift and celebrate you in public are a powerful declaration of her intentions. She doesn't just admire you privately, she's willing to let the world know how much you mean to her. And that, as the Stoics would agree, is a rare and beautiful expression of genuine affection. Chapter 4. Displaying overprotectiveness. When a woman cares deeply for you, her protective instincts become a natural expression of her feelings. This protective behavior isn't rooted in control or dominance, but rather in her desire to see you thrive and remain safe. It's her way of showing how much you matter to her and how invested she is in your well-being, happiness, and overall health. This overprotectiveness can appear in many forms. For example, she might frequently check in on you, ensuring that you're eating well, getting enough rest, or managing stress effectively. When you're feeling under the weather, she may drop everything to bring you medicine, soup, or even just a comforting presence. It's not about grand gestures, but consistent, thoughtful actions that prove her concern for your daily life. If you share that you're going through a tough time, she'll likely offer advice, solutions, or simply a listening ear. Her goal is to ease your burden, whether that's by brainstorming ways to solve a problem or just being there to support you emotionally. Her protectiveness might also extend to practical matters, such as reminding you about deadlines, ensuring you don't overwork yourself, or even encouraging you to take time off when you need it. In social settings, her overprotectiveness might manifest as subtle but significant actions. If she notices someone being disrespectful or dismissive toward you, she could step in to defend your honor or redirect the conversation to uplift you. If you're visibly uncomfortable in a situation, she might suggest leaving or try to make the environment more tolerable for you. These are signs that she's attuned to your emotional state and willing to step up when needed. Another layer of her protectiveness may appear when it comes to your safety. She might text to ensure you've made it home safely after a long day, remind you to be cautious in risky situations, or even worry about your health if you're pushing yourself too hard. While these behaviors may seem small, they're profound indicators of her emotional investment. They reveal a deeper truth: your well-being is constantly on her mind. The Stoics recognized the value of support and care within relationships. Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, wrote, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Her overprotectiveness is a manifestation of this principle. It's her way of embodying kindness through her actions, ensuring that you not only feel cared for but also deeply valued. Her protectiveness is not limited to reactive behavior, it's proactive as well. She might anticipate your needs, sometimes even before you voice them. For instance, if she knows you have a stressful week ahead, she might surprise you with something to lighten your load, a pre-prepared meal, a small gift, or a simple gesture to show she's thinking of you. These actions demonstrate her ability to understand and respond to your needs, even when unspoken. This level of care and attention also extends to your emotional well-being. If she senses that you're upset or withdrawn, she'll make an effort to check in and offer her support. She may ask probing but gentle questions to encourage you to open up, or she might simply sit with you in silence, letting you know she's there for you no matter what. Her protectiveness in this sense is about creating a safe space where you feel comfortable being yourself. It's also important to note that her protectiveness doesn't stem from a place of insecurity or possessiveness. Instead, it reflects her genuine desire to see you happy and healthy. She respects your autonomy and doesn't attempt to control your actions or decisions. Her concern is always rooted in your best interests, not in a need to dominate or assert power. Her protective nature can sometimes extend to your ambitions and dreams. She might encourage you to pursue your goals with confidence, reminding you of your strengths and capabilities. If you're facing self-doubt, she'll be the first to boost your morale, offering both practical advice and emotional reassurance. Her protectiveness in this context is about safeguarding your potential and ensuring you stay on a path that leads to fulfillment. One of the most telling signs of her overprotectiveness is her consistency. It's not about occasional grand gestures, but the steady, everyday efforts she makes to show she cares. Whether it's a quick text to remind you to stay hydrated or a thoughtful conversation about your future, her actions are a constant reminder of her emotional investment in you. This kind of protectiveness isn't just about immediate concerns, it's about long-term commitment. By consistently putting your well-being first, she's signaling that she's in this for the long haul. She's not just interested in fleeting moments of happiness, but in building a life with you that's full of support, care, and mutual growth. Her actions convey a clear and powerful message. She doesn't just like you, she's deeply committed to ensuring your happiness and success. This kind of investment is rare and should be cherished. It's a reflection of her character and her genuine desire to be a positive force in your life. Ultimately, her protectiveness isn't about changing you or controlling your choices. It's about standing by your side as a partner who's deeply invested in your well-being. She wants to make your life better, not because she has to, but because she truly wants to. And that, as the Stoics would agree, is the essence of a meaningful and supportive relationship. Chapter 5. Persistent attempts to impress your friends. When a woman is deeply invested in winning your affection, she recognizes that your social circle plays a crucial role in your life. She understands that the people closest to you, your friends, act as your trusted confidants and sounding boards. To strengthen her bond with you, she'll make a consistent effort to connect with them. This isn't just a passing interest, it's a calculated and heartfelt move to ensure she becomes an integral part of your world. Her attempts to impress your friends might manifest in various ways. She could actively engage them in conversation, showing genuine curiosity about their lives and interests. For instance, she might ask one of your friends about their favorite hobbies, career, or recent vacation, and then follow up on those topics the next time she sees them. This demonstrates that her interest isn't superficial. She's actively listening and investing in building a rapport with them. Beyond engaging in conversation, she might go out of her way to participate in group activities or suggest plans that include your friends. Whether it's organizing a casual game night, joining your friends for a concert, or simply tagging along to a group dinner, her enthusiasm for these interactions shows her desire to integrate into your social life. She isn't just there for you, she's making an effort to become part of the larger picture that surrounds you. Her strategy here is twofold. First, she knows that your friends' opinions carry weight. If they like her, they're likely to vouch for her when the time comes. Second, she understands that winning over your social circle creates a sense of harmony and shared experience. If she can get along with the people you care about, she's aligning herself with your values and priorities, which only strengthens her connection to you. A woman who goes out of her way to impress your friends will also demonstrate her attentiveness through thoughtful gestures. For example, if she knows one of your friends is celebrating a birthday, she might suggest a gift idea or plan a surprise. If she remembers specific details about your friends, like their favorite restaurant or sports team, it's a clear sign that she's paying close attention to what matters in your life. This isn't about manipulation, it's about fostering goodwill and showing you that she values the people you hold dear. However, it's not just her actions that stand out, it's her attitude. She'll approach your social circle with respect, warmth, and authenticity. Rather than trying too hard or being overly critical, she'll find a balance that allows her personality to shine without overshadowing others. Her goal isn't to dominate the group dynamic, but to fit seamlessly into it, creating an environment where everyone feels comfortable and appreciated. The Stoics placed a high value on harmony and connection in relationships. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." A woman who actively seeks to impress your friends is demonstrating that her thoughts are centered on creating positivity and connection. By aligning herself with your social circle, she's building a foundation of shared respect and mutual appreciation. Her efforts to bond with your friends also reveal her long-term intentions. She isn't just interested in a fleeting romance or casual connection, she's thinking about how to become a meaningful part of your life. Integrating into your social world is her way of showing that she values not just you but the relationships and community you've built around yourself. This kind of effort speaks volumes about her commitment and desire to be someone you can rely on. Another sign of her determination is how she handles challenges or potential conflicts within your social circle. If she encounters resistance or indifference from one of your friends, she won't react with hostility or give up easily. Instead, she'll approach the situation with patience and understanding, finding ways to build bridges rather than burn them. This resilience reflects her willingness to work through obstacles for the sake of her connection with you. It's also worth noting that her efforts to impress your friends aren't just about earning their approval, they're about strengthening your trust in her. She knows that when your friends speak highly of her, it reinforces your perception of her as someone who's good for you. Their positive feedback becomes a reflection of her value in your life, making it easier for you to see her as a long-term partner. Ultimately, her actions reveal a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of relationships. She knows that loving you means embracing the people who matter most to you. By prioritizing harmony within your social circle, she's showing that she respects your world and wants to be an integral part of it. A woman who persistently seeks to impress your friends isn't just looking for their approval, she's building a bridge between her life and yours. This kind of effort takes time, thoughtfulness, and genuine care, all of which are clear indicators of her true feelings for you. If you see her going the extra mile to bond with your friends, take it as a sign that she's not just interested, she's all in. Chapter 6: Asking Deep Personal Questions. When a woman desires you on a deeper level, her curiosity about your inner world becomes insatiable. She won't settle for surface-level conversations about the weather or casual updates about your day. Instead, she'll dig into the core of who you are, striving to uncover your hopes, fears, passions, and the unique experiences that have shaped you. This desire to understand you stems from her longing to build a profound emotional connection, one that transcends the superficial and ventures into the realm of genuine intimacy. Her questions will reflect this depth of interest. Rather than merely asking, "How was your day?" she might ask, "What's the most fulfilling part of your work?" or "What inspired you to pursue your dreams?" These aren't just filler questions, they're pathways into your heart and mind. She wants to know what excites you, what challenges you, and what gives your life meaning. Through these conversations, she's not just learning about you, she's creating a foundation for a bond that feels authentic and enduring. One key sign of her intentions is the way she listens. When she asks about your childhood, your biggest achievements, or the struggles that have defined you, she doesn't just hear your words, she absorbs them. Her attention is unwavering, and she remembers the details you share, often bringing them up later in ways that show she values what you've told her. This isn't performative, it's a genuine expression of care. She wants to understand you, not just at a surface level, but at the deepest layers of your identity. The Stoics placed immense value on meaningful connections and the art of active listening. Epictetus taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." When a woman consistently initiates these in-depth conversations, it's a reflection of her desire to truly know you, not merely to occupy your time. Her focus on your inner world signifies that she's invested in building a relationship rooted in mutual understanding and respect. Her questions may also veer into vulnerable territory. She might ask about your fears or insecurities, not to exploit them, but to understand what makes you human. For example, she could ask, "What's something you've struggled with that's taught you an important lesson?" Or "What's your greatest fear, and how do you face it?" These kinds of questions aren't meant to pry, but to encourage you to open up and share parts of yourself that you might not reveal to just anyone. By initiating these dialogues, she's inviting you to create a safe emotional space between you. Vulnerability is the cornerstone of intimacy, and her willingness to explore these topics shows that she's not afraid to go there. In fact, she relishes the opportunity to deepen your connection. Her goal isn't to judge or critique, but to understand and support. Another way this interest manifests is through her curiosity about your vision for the future. She might ask, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" Or "What kind of life do you dream of building?" These questions aren't random. They're her way of determining if your goals and values align with hers. A woman who wants you deeply isn't just interested in who you are now, she's also invested in the person you're becoming and how she might fit into that journey. She may also turn the focus inward, asking questions that prompt introspection, like, "What's the most important lesson you've learned in life?" Or "What do you think makes a relationship truly work?" These discussions reveal her intellectual curiosity and her desire to explore topics that matter to you. They're not just conversations, they're opportunities for growth and connection. The way she reacts to your answers is equally telling. If you share something difficult or deeply personal, she'll respond with empathy and understanding, rather than dismissiveness or superficial platitudes. She might say, "Thank you for sharing that. I can see how much that experience shaped you." Her reactions will validate your feelings and encourage you to share even more. The Stoics believed that genuine relationships are built on a foundation of mutual respect and shared values. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." A woman who wants you deeply will naturally seek to align her thoughts and values with yours by exploring your beliefs, principles, and experiences. This isn't manipulation, it's her way of ensuring that your connection is authentic and built to last. Through her deep personal questions, she's sending a clear message: "You matter to me." She's not interested in fleeting or shallow connections. Instead, she craves a partnership grounded in mutual understanding and trust. Her commitment to learning about you demonstrates that she's in it for the long haul. Ultimately, her willingness to ask and truly engage with these personal questions reflects her investment in you as a person, not just as a romantic prospect. It's a sign that she sees value in who you are and wants to build something meaningful. Pay attention to this kind of curiosity. It's one of the most profound ways someone can show they care. Chapter 7. She prioritizes you above all else. When a woman genuinely desires you, her actions will unmistakably reflect her feelings. She will rearrange her life in subtle and sometimes significant ways to ensure you feel valued and important. This doesn't mean she abandons her own priorities, but rather that she actively finds ways to make you a central part of her world. For instance, she might adjust her schedule to match yours, ensuring she's available for important moments in your life. If you have an event, she'll show up, even if it means reshuffling her commitments. She'll text you back promptly, make time for you even on her busiest days, and check in regularly to see how you're doing. These actions, no matter how small, carry immense weight. They demonstrate that she sees you as someone worth prioritizing. Beyond practical gestures, she will also show emotional prioritization. When you're struggling or going through a difficult time, she'll be there to offer support. Whether it's a long conversation late at night, helping you problem solve, or simply listening without judgment, her actions convey that your well-being matters deeply to her. This is a form of emotional intimacy that is hard to fake. It stems from genuine care and affection. In social settings, her prioritization becomes even more apparent. If she's with friends or colleagues and you call or need her, she'll find a way to step aside and focus on you. This doesn't mean she neglects her other relationships, but highlights her ability to balance her life in a way that keeps you at the forefront. The Stoics were firm believers in evaluating people based on their actions rather than their words. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be." V1. Similarly, waste no time doubting her feelings if her behavior consistently shows that she prioritizes you. She will also show her dedication in the long term. For example, she'll make an effort to understand your goals and align her plans with yours. If you mention a dream or ambition, she'll remember it and, where possible, support or encourage you to achieve it. This might mean offering advice, connecting you with helpful resources, or simply cheering you on from the sidelines. Her investment in your future demonstrates that she doesn't just see you as a temporary part of her life, she envisions a shared journey. Her prioritization also extends to the small, everyday details that make a relationship thrive. She remembers your preferences, whether it's how you like your coffee or your favorite movie genre. She takes note of your routines and habits, adapting her actions to complement them. These thoughtful gestures might seem minor, but they reflect a profound level of attentiveness and care. The Stoics taught us that true relationships are built on mutual respect and effort. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." When she prioritizes you, she's not just saying she cares, she's actively demonstrating it through her choices and behavior. On the other hand, it's important to recognize that prioritization doesn't mean perfection. Life is complex, and there may be moments when she can't always put you first due to her own responsibilities or challenges. However, even in these instances, her intent will be clear. She'll communicate openly, explain her situation, and ensure that you don't feel sidelined. A woman who prioritizes you above all else also wants you to feel secure in the relationship. She won't leave you guessing about her feelings or intentions. Instead, she'll make it evident through consistent actions that you hold a special place in her life. This consistency is key. It's not about grand, fleeting gestures, but about the steady, reliable ways she integrates you into her life. Ultimately, when a woman truly desires you, her prioritization of you will be unmistakable. From her willingness to adjust her schedule to her emotional support and attentiveness, every action she takes will reflect her deep investment in you. The Stoics believed that actions define character, and in this case, her behavior speaks volumes about her intentions. By putting you first, she's showing that you're not just an option, you're a priority. And when someone values you this way, it's a powerful affirmation of their feelings and commitment. When a woman is deeply into you, her actions will make it clear. From marking her territory to asking deep personal questions, these behaviors reflect her genuine interest and investment. Pay attention to these signs, and remember, the Stoics taught us to focus on what we can control. Recognize her efforts, and if they align with your own intentions, embrace the connection. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and share your story. Subscribe for more insights rooted in Stoic wisdom and modern psychology.